Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our Let's Play of Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. So, I had a very busy week, and I think I even promised an episode for Saturday, which I couldn't hold up. Sorry about that again. But we are going to continue on with making more Factorio content. We are ramping up everything we can. We're still waiting over here on the space elevator to be finally researched. And that research, it's not like it's... Well, it does take a lot of time, that's one thing, but we do have a couple small issues on the space platform over here. As we can see, science is not running all the time, and the main reason for this one is because we're not making enough Astronomic Science Pack 1. Now, we should probably go up here and maybe give this a little bit of a tweak. We are running the Astronomic Science Part 1 things over here. No, sorry about that. But it just seems that things are either A, not really well balanced, or B, we maybe have to take a look at some things and maybe revise a couple of numbers here and there. But things are moving, and things are moving slow, but every now and then this machine over here is working and is operational. So I guess that should be fine. Of course, one thing that straight comes into mind is we should probably upgrade over here the recipes over here for the supercomputer to use the more advanced recipes and stuff like that, especially for things like the astronomic catalogs, of which we do have loads. Yeah, we should definitely switch it up. The more I think about it, the more I think we should do this excursion real quick. But before we do that excursion, let's just have a quick peek at what I plan to do. Because if we take a look at them all, last time around we already sketched out and more or less implemented, it's over here by the way, the blue circuit making machine. And making blue circuits now is not really that much of an issue. Once this machine over here roars, it roars quite a bit. And we got like a full train of blue circuits over here. And the mall is also pretty full of blue circuits as well. Which means if we go over here to the mall, we will see that, well, there's now some shops open in here. Let's put it like that. We no longer make green circuits in here. We no longer make red circuits in here. We no longer make blue circuits in here. We still have quite the big of the footprint over here for low density structures, which we should export. And we also have a bit of a footprint over here for the, what's it called again? The data substrate. Is it the data substrate? What is this one again? The data storage substrates, there we go, almost got that, which we also should improve. Good. Also, I did one thing on the side, and again, that's nothing very special. I did make some rare metal outposts because it turns out that we are finally running out of rare metals in the original place. I think we had 2 mines, if I remember correctly. Let's check. We got this one over here. We got 4 stations of rare metal providers, and this one over here is, well, more or less running out. There's like 182,000 over here, and then it seems I missed a little over here. Well, that can stay there forever. Where's the other one? We have a second one somewhere. Where would that be? I could just look it up, absolutely. Hey, this one over there, we can turn you off. You go somewhere else and pick up some more copper, so that this storage over here is finally done. I remember making a second rare metal mine. I guess we have to look it up because I have no recollection whatsoever where it is. Actually, no. We don't have a second mine. We don't. The other rare metal provider is the one all the way over here. There we go. That would be, I guess, this one. Yeah, this one over there. Okay, never mind. So we don't have another mine. I have, of course, yet another rare metal mine over here, which I just built in the middle of our blue circuit production, our red circuit production, and our green circuit production. So we are also getting some more rare metals from over here. Also upgraded the train because I thought to myself, why not? We might need to take a look at improving chlorine gas production at some point in time. The chlorine gas production at this moment in time is still coming from over here, from a very, very, very old build, but it seems to be going well, to say the least. It seems to be going well, so I guess we're fine over here. I think it could go better, but, well, things seem to be working. Let's put it like that. Good. So before we go up to the space platform and tweak up and change the blue circuit, not the blue circuits, the science production, we are going to have a quick peek at plastic. Because if we do want to make low density structure somewhere else, we do need to make loads and loads of plastic. Now, copper and steel is also things we need, but for copper and steel, well, we already have the rebuilds for those over here. And those are going fine. By the way, I did update the steel build over here, or the iron build over here, both of them, so that we now use 2 advanced assembly machines over here. And for the steel build over here, we're probably going to use 4 of them, because we got the space for 1, and for another, I think we need 4 of them over here. So we actually do need some more advanced assembly machines. I'm going to keep the one over here for the copper. I think this one is fast enough. We could still think about of doubling this one down as well. It would probably work, but for now, unless I feel like we really need to double down over there, we're not going to do that. We will probably see the spike in copper demand once we get into our LDS build. But for now, we're going to have a think about plastics. Now, of course, we get these absolutely advanced chemical plants over here, which will have a crafting speed of 25.6 if you give them a decent beacon and some decent modules. They also have like a base crafting speed of 8. That's all the whole reason why this thing over here is going so super duper fast. However, we can only crack oil in a standard oil refinery, and this standard oil refinery over here has a crafting speed of 3.4, which is not a lot. It's really not a lot. We can have a look over here. We are definitely going to go the way of the heavy oil processing, because if you go the way of the heavy oil processing together with like 3 stages of productivity module, you're going to make loads and loads and loads of petroleum gas. And we do need to make loads and loads and loads of petroleum gas. Good. We will not be exporting this petroleum gas, by the way. What we are going to plan to do is we're going to make a plastic making machine that takes in crude oil, that takes in coal. Technically, if you think about it, we can make the thing only take in coal. We could make plastics only out of coal. We could go the way of, where is it? Of coal liquefaction over here. That's also one of the things we could do. But we already need quite a bit of coal for the plastic. And I mean, we can't just bring in the crude oil. We have crude oil available. It's like everywhere. So yeah, I don't think we'll be doing that plan unless we get more out of this. We get over here. Keep in mind, we have to put in 25 heavy oil to get 85. Yeah, 85 heavy oil back out, which means we only get 60 heavy oil over here, whereas over here we get 70. So I would stick with the heavy oil processing chain over here. Nevertheless, this machine over here makes 35 heavy oil per second. And if we put in a crafting speed of 3.4, let's just say 3.5 because it's a little bit easier to calculate, then we would get, what is that? 35 times 3.5, that is 70, 105, and then a little bit on top, about 120 heavy oil coming out over here. And one of these machines over here, running at a crafting speed of 25.6, consumes 20 heavy oil per second. If we add the crafting speed on top of that, then this one over here consumes about 500 heavy oil per second, which is a number. What did we say over here? 120? Yes, 120. Keep in mind, we do have to put productivity bonus on top of that. That is another 24 or 25%. So one of these makes 150. One of these eats 500. We could easily take 3 of these and stack them into 2 of those, but I think I'll just go in a ratio of 2 to 1. Also, let's turn this off real quick. Main reason, productivity bonuses, I think over here. We could maybe go 3 to 1, but my gut feeling is telling me that might scale just a little bit incorrectly. And I don't mind if a machine over here works faster than the input comes in, because that would mean we would never really back up, which I'm fine with. If we start backing up, especially if we have like an oil production where we have like multiple outputs over here, then it could end up with us breaking the system and maybe just getting into a point where the system will go very, very slow because things are backed up. So I kind of like to have a little bit of air in there. I think it will be fine. Also, this is still going to go ludicrously fast, and I don't think we need to worry too much about it. Good. Nevertheless, that 150 or that's 300 heavy oil will be turned over here into 3/4 of light oil. So that would be 225. Yeah, 225 light oil per second, in addition to whatever we make over here, which is another 30 times 3.5, 60, 90, 105, plus the 25% on top, about 120. So what do we say over here? 300, 225, and then another 120 on top of that. That is 345 light oil per second. And if we go to one of these over here would consume 15 light oil per second. If we multiply that times 25, that is going to be something, 300, a little bit more than that. We could maybe do it in the correct calculations, or we just, 300 something, that will be fine. I think it might not be enough. We actually do need to do a bit of an accurate calculation. Let me just get the calculator out. We're just going to run the numbers real quick. So, two of these make 70 heavy oil per second. So 70. And our crafting speed is 3.5. So times 3.5. Times our productivity bonus, we get a total of 303 heavy oil per second. If we take this one over here, one of these consumes 20 per second at a crafting speed of 25.6. The productivity bonus on top of that. And the productivity bonus over here is 32%. But that doesn't really matter because we need to calculate how much heavy oil we'll put in. So that 303.8, this one can definitely handle the 303.8 times 75% times our productivity bonus of 32% gives us exactly 300 and a couple drops of light oil per second. Then let's go back to this one. This one over there makes 30 per second. Crafting speed is 3.5. We add on top of that our productivity bonus. We get 130 over here. We add the 300.765 on top, and we get 431 light oil per second over here. And then we go to you. One of you eats 15 per second times the crafting speed of 25.4. Yeah, one of you consumes 381 light oil and turns all of that into petroleum gas. So this will be a 2 to 1 to 1 ratio, which would work decently. It would work decently. And if we go perfect ratio for this, again, we can't really go perfect ratio for this because we get more advanced productivity bonuses in the future. We get a difference in speed bonuses in the future, and things will start to get a little bit wonky. But if we leave a little bit of space for that wonkiness to even out, then I think we're going to be fine. So it's going to be 2 of these, into 1 of these, into 1 of these, and all of that will be making petroleum gas. And of course, the big question over here is how much petroleum gas is that going to be? Well, of that 430, actually, wait, before we do that, we also make a little bit of petroleum gas over here. We make 20 per second over here. So 20 times 3.5 times 1.24, and we get 86 on top of there. So we get a total of, here we go, 517 petroleum gas per second coming out of this thing over here. Let me just check if I also use productivity bonuses everywhere. Just check my numbers real quick. I did. So this one over here, these 4 buildings together would make 517 petroleum gas per second. Now, if we then try to turn that into something plastic, we can also use one of these formats. There we go. Then input speed is 20 petroleum gas per second. One of these, 20 times. Oh, this could be good. This could be real good. 25.6. Consumes 512. So overall, this whole production of these 4 machines together, or these 5 machines if we take this one on top, or the 4 machines processing oil make 517 oil or petroleum gas per second, and we need 512 petroleum gas per second. So overall, this over here is a pretty decent ratio. And yeah, let's do it like that. It is an almost perfect ratio for now. We're actually a little bit over, which is fine. And I think we just go for that. And then we also don't really need to figure out too much in terms of pipes and stuff like that. Things will balance themselves out per natural. We don't need to set up any kind of weird pumping systems and stuff like that. We just push and push and push and push and push. Good. Then, of course, the only question over here is how much coal do you need? You need 1 coal per second. And actually, we can just read it from over here. You need 25.6 coal per second. And how much plastic do you make? Well, you do make 2 plastic per second. So we make about 25.6 times 2. Times our productivity bonus, you make about 67 plastic per second. Good. So let's set it up real quick. Let's just take 2 of these, bump them over there. Let me just switch you back to the cracking recipe. Here we go. We take 2 of these, you put them over there, and then you make plastic. That will be the final part. There we go. And now we just need to make this in a somewhat gorgeous setup. We could even use direct connections for all of these. Ooh. Let's see. Now they're all somewhat aligned. We could do something like this, something like that, and then you go in like that. You connect over there. So we got one way this way. Then of course we need the same way over here. This way. Then we get the it's in reverse. Oh, how do we get over there? We also need a whole bunch of water. We should not forget how much water we need. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I guess we move this up by 1 more. Then it might be fine. Because then we can place these over there, and then we just do this and that. So the heavy oil goes into this one. And then the light oil. Somebody put a pipe over here. God dang it. Let's maybe take... Well, we then still have the issue. So let's move it up 1 more. Here we go. Everything move up. Here we go. There we go. So we go over there. We go over there. Then we can keep this pipe. And you go over there. So heavy oil goes into here. Light oil goes into there. We get some extra light oil from over there, which we can just get from the top over here. There we go. And then all of this goes into this, where we then turn it into plastic. So we can already see that we will probably have like an oil train coming this way, pump in the oil, a coal train maybe this way, pump in the coal, and then the plastic train next to that, pumping out the plastic. And we can just copy paste this one over and over and over like multiple times. The only thing that is going to be important is, and let me just make a quick copy of this one with modules inside. There we go. How are we going to beacon this thing? And, well, it's probably going to be something like this, I guess. Feels not very effective. I think we could stack it in there a little bit better to make it run better. But then again, this works. This just works. And then we definitely want to have at least 2 of these. And then maybe even butterfly it. Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh, but that will break the beacons. But could we get away with something like that? No, we could not. It could be effective if you think about it, but where do we put the inputs then? Oh, I see some spaces here and there. I mean, it is denser. And the more dense we make something, the better. I mean, every one of these is going to be putting out a purple belt. Well, actually, almost 2 purple belts. At the moment, our speed modules over here are not very that high. But this will grow a lot. And currently it's pumping out, what did we say, like 67 items per second? We can at least double that. So at some point in time, there will be 2 purple belts coming out of here. And if we do something like this, then where do we put all those belts? I can already see that this is going to be very tedious. Now, let's keep it like this. This will be fine. And then we could just butterfly it by making another one over here. And maybe put the 2 stations we need in the middle. Like a coal station, or maybe 2 coal stations. And then definitely an oil station over there. Good. The only question that remains is, how much water do we need? The oil cracking recipe. Let's go down here real quick. There we go. Because we can see the numbers over here. We do need 10? Really? 10 water? So 5 water per second per machine. And that's nothing. And over here. Wait, over here, I mean. The same amount of light oil we need in water. And over here. Oops. Well, not really the same amount. This needs 30. That needs 30. So the amount of water both of these need is the same. And then, why are you marked for deconstruction? What the hell? There we go. And you over there need an insignificant amount of water. 5 water per second, and then multiply that over there. It will be insignificant compared to these 2 big chunkers over here. Good. So we need 30 water per second. 30 water per second at a crafting speed of 25.6 means we're gonna need 786 water per second. Yeah, each block gets their own water pump. We need to get water from somewhere. We don't have any means. Well, we do have some means to make water wherever we please. We can actually check. It's over here. Crafting water. Oh, there's actually quite a bit of recipes where we can just make water from somewhere. What is this? That's the offshore pump. There we go. But actual getting water from somewhere that is not coming from steam, or dirty water, or steam, more steam, or water ice, or core fragments, or steam, or yeah, we have no way of actual making water. The only way we could actually make water is with the atmospheric condenser, but we're not setting up a setup for that. Which means this build over here has to be somewhat close to a water source, but that is fine. We can figure that out as we need to. Good, which means the only thing we need to do over here is make sure that all of these are connected. And since I did kind of say that this whole thing over here needs to be... No, we can't place you there because then you connect over there. Needs to be on a together system. We could just do something like this, and then we will figure out how the pipes, or where the pipe will be entered at, well, once we implement it. There we go. Good. Then, of course, we also need crude oil. How much crude oil do we actually need? I don't think that much. The crafting recipe over here for the crude oil, we do need 100 per 2 machines. We got a total of 8. So we need 400 per second over here already. And then crafting speed of 3.5, 400, that is times 3. That is 1,200 and a bit of top. But yeah, one train station will be enough to supply for all of that. That will be fine. That will be fine. And then, of course, out comes all the plastic that we need. And I think we should already think about going like with the double output over here, so that we are prepared for the future. And not only that, of course, we need the inputs. And the input can probably stay a single input like this. There we go. We could just do something like this. That'll be fine. And then we just put it onto a train track, and we don't need to worry about anything anymore. I did kind of say that we want to check out the space platform this episode, but I think it will be easier for us if we just finish off this build together with the train tracks. Now, what do we have? We do have... That's the loading station, but we don't really need that. I need something that... That's a requesting station. That's not good. I'm just going to copy-paste something from over here because I kind of like how these things over here look. There we go. Let's take you, for example. Now, there's a whole bunch of shite in here. We have to clean it up. I should probably make a better blueprint out of this at some point in time. I didn't even... I sullied that. You know what? Let's make it from scratch. Let's just make it from scratch. So, actually, for the liquids over here, for the liquid, it's kind of easy because for the liquids, we do have a station prepped and ready. There we go. Here, remove you. We don't need that. For the liquids, we do have this one over here. It really doesn't matter how we flip it. Both are fine, and we can just look at this. It's almost the perfect size if you think about it. There we go. So this one is our classic and known requesting station, which we all love to use. Or actually, I love to use. And then we are going to need 2 pumps going out over here. At least 2 pumps over here going out. And I would love to pump the other way as well, but we can't really do that. But what we could start off with is like you over there. And you connect up to 4 of these. There we go. Done. And then we also have you over there. And you connect up to the other 4 over here. There we go. And that should be fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, maybe we also place these pipes over there. That's going to help us out in the long run. Good. And yeah, this one over there, even though we do pump out with 2 over here, and we only pump in with 1 over there, that all should be fine, because this is only the buffer. And I think the total amount of oil that we need is, well, it definitely is more than 1 pump, but this should be fine. If we do notice that we need more trains coming, actually, liquids are going pretty fast. This should be fine. We could always make another crude oil station on top of that, but I don't think we need to. Good. And then that's the requester station. We could use the requesting station real quick over here just as a template. And we do want to make it like... Yeah, here's actually fine, if you think about it. That's a bit close, actually. Sorry. Always leave a little bit more space than you might think. Here's fine. That might be too close now, too far away now, but I think it'll be fine. Because... Nope, the other way around, please. You go like this. And then you go in. Nope. There we go. Thank you. We don't really need to balance this. It will be auto-balancing itself. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, actually, we can do something fun and stupid over here. There we go. Horrible. This looks very, very horrible. It's all a bit slanted. But I guess it's fine. And then, of course, the only thing we need is... That's a loading station. But we could just flip this one. There we go. But I do kind of want to have the input in the middle. So we go back over here. We are going to grab ourselves any one of these stations with an input in the middle. Like, for example, you over there. Yeah, just make it a blueprint. The only reason we make it a blueprint is so that we... Make a review. Is so that we don't grab the station name while we copy it over like this. And we take out the things we don't need. For example, these things. We do have to put in a refuel line, but that will be for later. This thing does not exist right now. This is all going in. Lovely. But we take that out for now. There we go. That's more input, I guess. Don't place it, just ghost it. There we go. Good. So that all goes in, and then we do need like 2 outputs over here. And I see how this goes. Okay, could we? Yes, we can. Yeah, you go like this. And this lamp has to go away. It bugs me a little bit that the lamp has to go away, and actually this will not work. Let's move these lamps. We can always add the lamps again later. There we go, there we go, there we go. And let's just start connecting it up. So technically, you over there, and then you over there. Remove these. Good. And then you on the other side. Yeah, you go a little bit further along. There we go. Go up and over. Lovely. We'll cut the corner over there. And then we cut the corner like this. And you go over there. We will probably have to flip a couple of these loaders. They're probably half of them are going the wrong way around. Which is a bit annoying. But all in all, this would be the new plastic making machine. And I'm going to be building it right away. I'm just going to put it somewhere close to the water. It will probably be over here somewhere. Probably, actually, the more I think about it, right over here is a very nice spot for that. And that's where we can then make our plastic as much as we need it. We're probably going to make maybe another one of these at some point in time. Because, well, plastic is definitely a thing we need a lot of. But afterwards, we're going to focus on the LDS build. But before we do that, we do a quick excursion to the space platform. So that we can fix the science processing up there. Or at least adjust it a bit so that the space elevator research over here goes a tiny bit faster. Nevertheless, that will be it for today. If you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, a subscription. Every one of those actions does help me out in growing this YouTube channel into something bloody amazing. You can also find me on twitch.tv/botviking, where we do even more Factorio. Currently, we're playing Pianodons over there. And also on Fridays, currently, we are playing Darkest Dungeon. Nevertheless, I wish you all an amazing evening. And until next time, see you around!